The Mate 9 Pro is Huawei's flagship from last year, coming with some top-of-the-range specifications, but is the latest LG G6 powerful enough to top it? Time for a real-world speed test. You know the drill by now, both phones were freshly rebooted and had no apps or notifications in memory. They were also running the latest firmwares available at the time of filming. Starting the stopwatch at the exact same time and opening up the camera, the Mate 9 is quickly taking the lead and moving to the calculator and then to Google Chrome, while the G6 is already a full app behind. Loading up the mobile GN Tech website allows the G6 to catch up a little bit, but the Mate 9 Pro is still slightly faster, and now moving on to the YouTube application. The Mate 9 Pro seems to have an extremely quick load time, thanks to the Kirin 960 processor, as it's now powering through the Google Play Store as well as Google Maps. Internet speed shouldn't affect the test at all, as both phones are connected to the same Wi-Fi network. As the G6 comes around to loading Google Maps, the Mate 9 Pro is already working on the OneFootball application, and the trend is that it continues to remain one application ahead. But when we approach the gaming row, the Mate 9 Pro stretches the lead by a full 2 applications, already working on Temple Run 2, while the G6 is just getting around to Snapseed. Once again, loading times allow the G6 to catch up to the same application as the Mate 9 Pro, but the Mate 9 Pro quickly jumps over to smash it. Load times are much quicker on the Mate 9 Pro, as it's now moving towards Asphalt 8, while the G6 is still loading up Temple Run 2. The slow processing times on the G6 may have a lot to do with the older Snapdragon 821 processor, as it's finally able to load Temple Run 2, while the Mate 9 Pro just about finishes loading Asphalt 8, its stock dialer and messaging app, to finish the test in 1 minute and 15 seconds, and swiftly moving on to the memory management round, while the G6 is still on its way to load up Asphalt 8. The Mate 9 Pro is breezing past the memory management round thanks to its 6GB of RAM, while the G6 is still loading up Asphalt 8. Every app for the Mate 9 Pro is in memory, which is always a good sign, and remarkably, the Mate 9 Pro even overlaps the G6 to finish the second round and the memory management round in 1 minute and 42 seconds. As for the G6, it finishes the first round of the test in 1 minute and 48 seconds. I'm gonna fast forward the second round of the G6 so that you don't have to sit through it all over again, but the good news is that all applications are in memory, even with 4GB of RAM, allowing the G6 to finish the test with a time of 2 minutes and 32 seconds, almost 45 seconds later, making the clear winner the Huawei Mate 9 Pro. I think the differences are largely due to the more powerful Kirin 960 processor and those 2 extra gigabytes of RAM. The results were a bit surprising personally, but let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, as well as your thoughts on which phones I should compare next. I'll see you in the next one. Adios.